Hello, 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 you guys, and welcome back. We are featuring another Black female creative. And this is on Creative Black Women series, where we highlight visionaries who are pushing culture forward through art, music, fashion, and innovation. Today, we're honored to speak with Dr. Shariee Jones, a powerhouse creative who has seamlessly blended music, writing, fashion, and trauma counseling into a career dedicated to healing and transformation. From collaborating music icons like Aaliyah and Prince to working on a major cultural projects like Marvel's Black Panther's marketing team, Dr. Shariee is a creative force who refuses to be placed in a box. If you've ever wondered how to turn your pain into purpose or how to just merge multiple talents into a thriving career, this episode is for you. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Hello.
Hi.
How are you
Hi.
today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm great. So, tell us a little bit about who you are, your love for music, how it started, all of that.
Oh goodness. I have been a songwriter since 16. I was inspired by my aunt Carolyn on my father's side. She wrote poetry. So she pretty much got me started on my songwriting career. She taught me about copyrights and stuff. I didn't know anything about that. And it went from there. And then I joined ASCAP I joined ASCAP in 2004 as a professional career, but I was doing ghostwriting and stuff like that between the time of probably like 16 to my early 20s. Yeah. And then 2004, I started being professional with it. Yeah.
Okay, now in your pre-interview, you talked a little bit about loving music from the age of 6, thanks to your granddad playing
hmm
blues,
Yeah.
R&B, and rap records. How did those early experiences sort of shape your creative journey as well?
Oh yeah. My grandfather, he played music so loud throughout the house. I didn't understand why at the time, but now since I'm a doctor, I understand. He served in the Korean War. He also was a part of the intelligence crew as well. Served with Bush. So president, the first president. So it was like
Daddy Bush, Daddy Bush, yeah.
yeah, yeah, he pretty much just played a lot of loud music, and it was something that I started listening to a lot. I listened to Stevie Wonder, Sam Cooke, just a lot of blues, BB King, and stuff like that. And it got to a point whereas I started liking it instead of just being like irritated by it because I was so young and I was just like, why the music's playing so loud? But now since I am a trauma doctor, I understand that he had PTSD and it was something that soothed him.
Yeah.
Just the loud music and just being in that just like toning out intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, so from there I could say that pretty much shaped me into wanting to be a musician because of his love for music. And then later on, my auntie did.
Okay, okay. Now, many people dream of working in the music industry, but you actually got to do it without signing a major label deal at that. How did staying independent help you maintain your creative freedom?
Okay. So early on, I wanted to get signed to a music label, but and I got an offer with Hollywood Records, working with Dolly Parton, but it was an opportunity that I turned down at the time because I was 16 and young. I just wanted to write about rap and R&B. I was like, I do not want my music in country, but ooh, if I
You
knew what
didn't
I know now.
understand at the time. You didn't understand it. We just gonna say
Yeah,
charge.
I had
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I love Dolly Parton. And it was just a huge opportunity that I missed. But I ended up getting mentored by Prince. I met him through the DJ Core DJs. At the time, I built a great relationship with Core DJs, and Prince. About 18, I met him, and he pretty much taught me about the independence and stuff. And the things that I learned, I realized I wasn't too sure if I wanted to sign a major label, and I ended up working in promotions. And so that's what happened with that. I worked in promotions. I shaped a lot of um, musicians' careers. I worked with Universal, Interscope, through and I worked with Ascent, MTVU, and stuff like that. So it got to more of a promotional marketing thing for me, and just
Yeah.
working behind the scenes. And I still at the same time was doing a little songwriting here, a little songwriting there, until I ventured out and decided I wanted to do my own album. Yeah.
Okay. Now you work behind the scenes on major projects with marketing for like Kanye West, even Marvel's Black
Yeah.
Panther. What was that experience like, and what did you learn from working at that level?
Oh goodness, talking about Kanye now. um, yes, I had a great opportunity to. I thought I was like, this is my time. I didn't have to sign to a major label to get on. I'm working with Kanye West, and
Mhm.
it was great experience. Yeah, it was Kanye University .com. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Kanye University. Yeah, when the glasses, the 808 and heartbreaks, we promoted that. It was huge. It was like 9 major marketing street team in the world. So it was like I had like a certain part of the United States and stuff like that. It was fun. Worked on the blogs and stuff like that on his website, promoted like online and offline. So it was a great experience working with him. And I still think he's great. He's a great artist. And
He is
yeah,
a fabulous artist. Now,
yeah. I
personally,
mean, he's a genius.
yeah, yeah, but you got to expect that sometimes from people. Now, my
Well,
next
geniuses.
yes, your album Revelations is a deeply personal
Mhm.
project. What inspired it, and what do you hope listeners take from it?
Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty much into civil rights and human rights, and I wanted to awaken the people. So it was my way of getting people to vote, talking about life experiences and relationships as well. Just I did a lot of soul searching with Revelations. It was I started writing on it in 2016 to 17. And then 2018, we released it, me, Rube, and Digital Beats. Yeah, and Rube is a guy that, well, he was the main producer on the album. He worked with Al Green. He's Al Green's bass player. Yeah. Yeah, so it was pretty good opportunity working with them. Um, the album, it really talked about like just awakening the people just so they can understand what they were getting into and far certain like what was coming up during the time. I think it was um um President Trump was coming into office at the time, and I don't want to get political about it, but it was more of a political awakening, soul awakening, spiritual. And I was of course influenced by Prince because it's purple. And also it was deeply personal because at the time, we lost Prince, and I felt like it was a part
It
of
was
me
like
that I
it was
lost of my childhood. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. So pretty much it was a tribute to him, and just educating the public about civil rights, human rights, and love.
okay. Now, in addition to writing music, you've also written children's books, memoirs, and even published
Mhm.
an easy read Bible. What motivates you to explore so many different forms of storytelling?
Well, I love writing. I get that from my aunt, and she's gonna kill me when she see this, because I never really just talk about it. But the children's book, it hadn't been published yet. I plan on publishing that this year. The Bibles are published. Poetry is published. Um, these are things that I just love creating, and so it's just like far as certain writing that comes, it just flows. And also, I took a lot of fiction writing and nonfiction writing in school in my journalism undergrad degree. So it was just something that I wanted to explore. And far as certain easy Bibles, it's just the easy read Bibles. It was a project that happened with this team, and it got to a point where I ended up was able to publish it and work with them. And so that's great. I also published, so that was like a huge opportunity for me to actually help them and help myself as well.
Okay. Now you're also working on a memoir about your relationship with Raphael Saadiq. What has that process been like, and what can readers expect from
Oh,
that?
oh my God! Now I can't talk too much about that because I'm writing a book, but I can say he's definitely my soulmate. And of course, I'm so proud of him. He just finished the NBA All Star game, and so it was great. Um, far as and him, we it's it's something that will be discussed in the book. But yeah, I mean, I love him dearly. I could definitely say that.
Okay. Well, when the book comes out, I want a copy so we can come back and study this. Now,
Oh
specialize
goodness.
in you, yeah, you specialize in music therapy and patient after trauma survivors. How
Mhm.
does music help people
Yeah.
heal, especially those with PTSD?
Yes. Sorry, I got an alert on my phone. Yes. I did a project working with President Obama on the Wounded Warrior Project. And I learned a lot about music therapy at the time, and it was something that I wanted to explore. I also have post-traumatic stress disorder myself, so it was something that I wanted to explore for my far as myself. And then I realized it was something that I can incorporate into counseling in order to help others. I got to a point of working with so many soldiers, veterans, and active duty at Walter Reed in Bethesda, Maryland, that it got to a point it was something when I left there off I was on civilian orders there. I wanted to do it outside of the military culture. I felt like it was other people like me that have been traumatized by a lot of things, childhood trauma, adult trauma, combat trauma. And I felt like music therapy, I saw how it helped soothe my grandfather first. So, um, and then I saw how it worked with, again, as an adult, with the veterans and active soldiers that was at Walter Reed on the Wounded Warrior Project. So that was something that was great. Also, President Obama had this White House playlist, and it was just something like a playlist to like calming playlist that he would do, and it was something that was pretty cool. And I felt like that was something that I can incorporate into my dissertation, and I did do that. So music therapy, I could say a lot of people aren't interested in like just traditional therapy and traditional counseling, and I feel like music is something that everybody is universal, something that everybody can agree on and experience.
Okay, now you've worked as a federal crisis and emergency risk communication specialist. How has that role
Mhm.
influenced your understanding of trauma and resilience?
Yeah, I still work as a federal cert only when it's CERC is just abbreviation. When there's a major emergency, I got certified to do that under the CDC, and John Hopkins University Public Health trained me, the CDC, and the Veteran Affairs. Um, it was more so in educating the public on prevention methods. And how to cope during like natural disasters, not just natural disasters, but of course pandemics and stuff like that. I did work on the COVID project as well when it first started, to actually communicate with the public on calming them and things like that. So it was more, it was kind of like counseling as well. It just doing open communications, just trying to calm the public. Also got a contract for a year to actually talk to um, some of the people, like the audience, or I can't even really just think of it, the words to get it out. The public about the crisis during the time of the pandemic, and I it got to a point where as it got a little emotional for me, and I end up. I mean, I'm a person, I'm human as well. I had to get counseling myself, but I helped a lot of people get through the crisis, and also educated them on the vaccines and stuff like that. So that was something that I was trying to do.
Okay, now you've had to navigate both the medical and the entertainment industry, two fields where
Hmm.
Black women are often actually struggle for visibility and respect. How have you made a space for yourself in these industries?
Well, I can credit the military for that, and just my family being in military. My god uncle working closely with the president, and my grandfather, and me working with the military. So that helped. Being in entertainment since I was young, that was something that I've been doing since, like, professionally, since 16. Um, so I could say it was kind of easy to blend in once my experience at Walter Reed working with the active soldiers and the veterans on the Wounded Warrior Project. So that's how that started. And my end goal ended up becoming my dissertation. I became a doctor. Um, it was dealing with like music, just incorporating music and therapy together. So I tried to put those mesh those two industries together so people can understand that they can both work together to help people.
Okay. Now there is a deep connection between Black culture, music, and healing. How do you see
Mhm.
your work continuing that tradition for future generations?
Well, definitely my research on music therapy. I do believe in traditional medicine, like for our certain anxiety and depression and stuff like that. But if talk therapy, I feel like talk therapy and music therapy is where it's at. Whereas I mean, I'm not like against like medicine or anything, but if talk therapy and music therapy can help, that's something that I would recommend first before traditional medicine. So I could say moving forward, um, I could say music therapy and talk therapy is something that can help transform the counseling field and the therapy fields.
Okay, all right. Now you are constantly in a creative mindset. How do you balance all
Mhm.
of these talents that you have while ensuring your legacy lasts beyond just trends?
Getting support from my family, getting support from Ray. I can actually say that, and I can actually say this much. Raphael Saadiq, he's been very supportive of what I've been doing. So that's pretty cool. As a partner, having a supportive partner is great. Someone that encourages you, my family. And also I have PTSD, so you have to have like a good, strong support system. That actually works. You know, having a great support team, and I feel like just creating and counseling, I mean, I use it for myself, and I feel like if it works for me, it can work for someone else.
Okay.
So it's just like I consistently, yeah, do that.
Okay, you've worked with major icons and had great cultural moments, but you've also worked behind the scenes for a lot of it. What When people look back at your career, what do you want them to remember the most?
Well, my work ethic, I can definitely say that. I work very hard. My work ethic and just the influence that I had in incorporating like the entertainment industry and the medical together, dealing with like music and therapy. Um, Also, my will to just think outside the box, because I'm going to continue to write. I'm going to write whether it's poems, books, songs. This is just something I love to do. I also compose as well. I compose music. So these are things that kind of soothe me and keep me in it's good coping mechanisms, to be honest,
Hmm.
because I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't do none of those things. So this is my outlet. The creative space is my outlet for me. And I try to teach others that, being creative, it's a good coping mechanism and it can help them
Okay. Now,
process a lot of trauma.
what advice would you give to Black women creatives who are trying to turn their pain into power and build something lasting?
Yeah, just keep moving forward and process your trauma. It's okay not to be okay, because a lot of people, they try to be strong and not be emotional, not think about it. But a lot of people that I know of that I have counseled, even as a spiritual counselor, because I am ordained as well. Um, a lot of people hold on to a lot of pain and they don't process their trauma. And processing it is okay, just letting it go, releasing it, thinking about it and letting it go. And sometimes music kind of helps that. It helps you process things that you can't talk about with other people. So I can say pretty much that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to drop off the screen for a moment. And what I'd like for you to do is tell people where they can find you, your website, your social media, all of that information.
Okay, sounds great. All right. So, hi, I am Dr. Shariee Jones. I go by Dr. Shariee. Shariee as artist. You can go to divinearmy.com. My socials, you can go to at Dr. Shariee. That's DoctorShariee. Divine Army. It's spelled just like it sounds. All right. So, yeah, have a great one.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shariee. I'll put your website in the article and all of your socials there as well. Thank you again for
Okay.
deciding to be a part of this and allowing me to interview you for this episode.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, you guys. Now, Dr. Sharie's story is just like a lot of other Black creatives, but she is the definition of multi hyphenate creative who refuses to be placed in a box, whether through music, fashion, trauma counseling, or writing. She is dedicated to healing, storytelling, and empowering Black women to embrace their full potential. If you want to support her work, out her album Revelations on all of her digital platforms. Explore her books, including the WEB Bible, and shop her Divine Army fashion lines at divinearmy.com. Dr. Shariee, again, thank you for sharing your journey, your wisdom, and your commitment to creativity as a tool for healing and transformation. Until next time, you guys, this has been another episode of Creative Black Women, and we'll be back with more.